All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to see the culmination of a massive feud between two men who at one time were the closest of friends, multiple-time tag team partners.
From the SCP Foundation, the Blade Dr. Corvus.
As we see the arrival of Dr. Corvus, representing Dark Forces. Dr. Corvus at one time known as El Gringo Loco and was one of the most popular competitors here in WAH and really wherever he went. But that all went away many months ago as Corvus quite literally turned to the dark side, joining up with Nightshade and becoming a member of the group that has so much of WAH in their palm, the group known as Dark Forces, and such a massive 180, if you will, from the El Gringo Loco that we used to know, who was such a fun-loving guy. Came out, he was dancing, he was all about crowd involvement, but that's no longer the case with this Dr. Corvus. And now about to make his way to the ring, the man who has been the possessor for such a long time of the Hope and Glory briefcase. There you see.
Representing truth, honor, and justice, accompanied by this lavender, your resident superhero, Elijah Sparks!
I want to not step on the toes there of ring announcer Topher Gomez, or Tornado Gomez, excuse me. But Elijah Sparks, there you see with Miss Lavender, who is still suffering from some of the rehabilitation after the attack put on her. And there you see Elijah Sparks with the Hope and Glory briefcase in his possession.
Your referee for this contest is Sir Thomas Knight.
Thomas Knight, the referee for this event, and Sparks can barely be restrained by Thomas Knight as he desperately wants to get his hands on the man that he believes is responsible for the injury to Miss Lavender, and a man who for such a long time he called his close personal friend. These two men, whether you call them Los Loco Moscas or whatever name you wanted to refer to them as, Dr. Corvus, Elijah Sparks, and Sparks himself, no stranger to the dark side. Sparks, for such a long time, evoking that Joker-esque mentality and visage. But Sparks returning here to his roots as the resident superhero of Oklahoma wrestling. A man who was tutored in many ways by Paul Puerto Rico, who was a member of Space Age, and who now is kind of the sole remaining representative, at least here in WAH, of that group. But putting that Hope and Glory briefcase, and remember fans, that Hope and Glory briefcase can be cashed in at any time for any championship. Sparks has held that briefcase, I believe, for over almost 6 months worth of time. Charged into the corner there by Corvus. And Sparks with a roll-up. Sparks trying to put this match away quickly. And when you have two men who were tag team partners, there you see a strong clothesline by Dr. Corvus. When you have two men who were former tag team partners who were together as long as Corvus and Sparks were, both of them know each other so well. That works wonderfully when you are a tag team partner. You can predict your partner's moves. You know where each other are. You begin to get into a rhythm. But when you're facing off against each other, as these two are now, all that knowledge becomes a weapon in each of their hands. And at least, big hair pull there by Corvus. At least that knowledge is equal on both sides here. Corvus always, or I shouldn't say always, ever since adopting the Dr. Corvus persona, ever since coming out as whatever it is that Dr. Nightshade has turned him into. Corvus has become so much more methodical in his approach. Corvus now grabbing the leg and falling backwards in it, driving, and you might ask yourself, what does that do? It jams the leg and theoretically also provides damage to the knee. And Sparks, so much of Sparks' offense is that high-flying style of offense, and if you don't have a solid ability to count on your legs to get you up on that second or top rope, then that offense is negated. Sparks able to fight off, comes off with going for a double axe handle, but Corvus puts him down, rock bottom style. And there, Corvus laying his eyes on Miss Lavender. What's Corvus doing here? Corvus making his way to the outside. And I hope referee Thomas Knight, I mean, he's applying the count. That's kind of what he can do at this point. But Corvus gesturing towards Lavender, and Lavender is basically helpless. You can see she's in a wheelchair. But what is Corvus doing here? Corvus with the trash can, and Sparks at the last moment coming in from behind, but Corvus still with the trash can in his hands. Corvus going for the trash can on Sparks, not able to make a connection. And this is the other thing that we've noticed ever since Corvus fell under the influence of Nightshade, is that he's become seemingly impervious to pain. Corvus rolling in there to break the count. And now driving Sparks' head into the table of our ringside fans. They're getting a very up close and personal view. Corvus relentlessly working his way around here. Corvus again, I think that's about 5 shots, and Corvus again listening and carefully making his way back, rolling in to break the count. Referee forced to start the count over. And Sparks is very wobbly-legged at this point. As Corvus picks him up, I thought for a moment he was going to slam him on one of the tables, but instead slams him down on the concrete. That unrelenting concrete, it does not give, fans. Concrete and spine or flesh, and whoever has the spine or flesh is going to lose every single time. Corvus back in, back up on his feet. Sparks able to help himself up partway. Shove off there by Corvus. Oh! Sparks with his tornado DDT. And both men now in the middle of the ring. Sparks applying the count. Excuse me. Thomas Knight applying the count. Oh, you can see Sparks going for the cover with everything, but just Corvus just sitting up. And Corvus grabbing Sparks, going to go for the choke slam. Sparks able to come out from behind with that. And Sparks now going to go for a choke slam. Can he get the big man up? No. Corvus not even fazed remotely by that move. Corvus now with Sparks in the corner. Blatant choke in front of the referee. Corvus knows he's got until 5. And he breaks at 4. Corvus just shows basically no emotion here. There's nothing coming out of him here. Just relentless drive. As Sparks pulls off the Hurricane Rana. And Sparks now getting momentum off the ropes. Going to come around, knees in the face. Sparks is beaten but not down. Looks like he may be tuning up the band. As Sparks going for the stomp, but nobody there. And again, Corvus looking for the choke slam, picks Sparks up and plants him. And fans, this is it. We are about to have a new possessor of the Hope and Glory briefcase as Thomas Knight. No! Sparks somehow able to dig deep and come out with the shoulder up. But Sparks, that may have taken everything that Sparks has. He's not moving. And Corvus in the corner. I don't know what exactly he's got planned here. But again, the methodical aspect of things as he waits for Sparks to get to his knees. Sparks for the code breaker. It stunned Corvus a moment, but Corvus quickly back to his feet. And Sparks, nope, Irish whip there by Corvus. Corvus shoots Sparks in the corner. Sparks up to the second rope, comes off the second rope. I'm not sure that Sparks was able to execute whatever he was going for there, but it did get Corvus off his feet. And that's an important thing at this particular point. Sparks going to try for the stomp again. He carries it out, curb stomp by Sparks. Sparks hooks the leg and gets the 3 count. Elijah Sparks. Elijah Sparks has come here to defend both the Hope and Glory briefcase as well as the honor of Miss Lavender. And I think any hope, any chance, any consideration of reconciliation for the former Los Locomoscas was put down with that curb stomp. So Elijah Sparks now has the briefcase. It's securely in his possession still. And he just looks for the opportunity. Who will he cash it in against? When will he cash it in against?